Hi everybody, hope you're well. Today I'm recording a song, and that song is part of a 7 songs album. Recording is something that I have been doing for a very long time. I was thinking just now ukuthi ngaqala nini ukurecord, and I've realized that I started recording many years ago when I was still young. There used to be those hi-fi systems with 2 tape sections, 2 tape playing, and the other one is tape recording and playing sections. Those who grew up during my time, they know that those types of hi-fi systems. That is where I started doing my recordings. I did them because I used to write songs for my friends that were going to be sung by my peers and friends during those youth days. And I realized that it was tiresome to teach them a song on the spot without having tested it before. So recording them gave me an idea about how the song was going to come out, because sometimes you would gather your friends and then you begin to give them their parts in the whole song, and they would do them. But I would realize that sometimes the song, like in jazz, would take a different direction as opposed to the direction that I was thinking about. And that was like something that was difficult for me to accept at the time, because I realized that it was I was not really doing a song that I thought I was going to do, but doing and ending up doing something new, which came out nice, because improvisation always brings out the best, right? So, and my friends had good ideas, and they were good at performing those songs and sharing the ideas they had about the song. So later on, when I was about to finish my days or my time at Technicon, I met the Shana guys, the guys that you know as Nkosinathi Maphumulo Black Coffee, Mnqobi Mdabe, Shota and Demo Skosana, who recorded our family group at the time. Nat was on the equipment, and Mnqobi was the one who was helping us with our vocals. Dem was also there helping us now and again. And that's where I actually realized that or how a studio was like. When they recorded us, it was on tape again. The studio was still using tape. They were using a Technical Natal studio to record us, music department studio to record us. It was using tape decks and a cakewalk software for vocals, because our group was not using instruments. It was a vocal group, so it was vocals that were being recorded. So while they were recording us, I was watching and looking at these things and fascinated and hoping that or wishing that one day I would have this equipment. But it would take many years, more than 15 to 20 years maybe, before I would get hold of my first software, which was the one for beats. What is this recording? Fruity Loops. I bought my my first recording software which was Fruity Loops. It was not meant for what I wanted to do. It was for beats, but it worked at the time. But it was complicated for me to use it because it was not really that much for voices, although it could record voices. And then a year later or a few months later, and I think it was a year later or something like that, further down, then I afforded a tiny Pro Tools for entry level that was offered by PA Sound. I bought that software, and I bought the equipment, the speakers that I use. I don't know if I can show you my speakers. Let me see if I can switch the camera to show you the speakers that I bought. I bought them long ago, about more than 10 years ago. These are the speakers that I used. Samsung speakers. I hope you can see them. These are the speakers that I bought. And okay, let me put it down nicely. And then the Pro Tools came with an interface, a small interface that you plug on the computer, and then you upload software, Pro Tools software, and it worked well. I bought a microphone as well, a CO2 I think, or CO3. It was a Samsung microphone, a condenser microphone. It was a good mic. I bought that microphone, and I already had a keyboard, a Clavitech keyboard that was capable of being used with the software, a MIDI keyboard that I could use, that could work with the software. And then I started learning how to record like professionals in a way, although my software was at some limited in terms of what it offered, in terms of sounds, in terms of tracks, and so on. I started recording using that software. And down the line, the software became outdated because it was running on Windows XP. And so now I had to move to a new software. And then I used the second software that I used was still Pro Tools, but a better Pro Tools, a more professional Pro Tools that I could find online. It's the kind that you can buy every month or that you can buy annually. It was that kind of software. It worked very well. It's quite good, with many sounds, with many capabilities. And then that became costly because I'm not a commercial artist in the sense of the word commercial, as we all understand it, buying and selling. I was not that kind of artist. I was learning to record, and I was presenting that to the public to see, or to critique, or to assess, but not for profit. And, I then moved over to GarageBand. I think it was in 2022 when I bought my Mac. And those who know, they know that Macs come with the GarageBand software already uploaded on the computer. So I knew about the GarageBand long ago, and I never really took it serious. And then I one day tried it and realized that it could actually do what I was doing. It was a basic software with a few capabilities, and I was not doing a lot of demanding music that requires a lot of things, or a lot of tracks, or a lot of sounds, and so on. Although today I wish I had I had a keyboard that had more sounds, that has more sounds. And I wish that, or even a sound card. There used to be sound cards long ago where you would put a sound card at the back of your keyboard. Roland used to, the Roland brand used to have that sound card that you plug on at the back of your keyboard and get different sounds, nice sounds that you can play apart from what you get from the keyboard or whatever system you are using. So GarageBand was limited, but it was okay. I tested a lot of software and I was okay with this basic software. I started using it. Many albums that I recorded from 2024 have been recorded using GarageBand, and I'm okay with them. And my songs are online. You can find them in all streaming media platforms. You just type my name and then you can see all my albums. It's about how many albums? It's about more than 20 albums if I'm not mistaken. A total of more than 250 songs. So there's a lot to check out there and see how it sounds. So today I want to show you how I do my recording or the recording of my music using GarageBand. I'll show you all the equipment so that you can see how it works, how it's connected. I've also written a book for hobbyists, a recording book for hobbyists. You can find it on Amazon. You can buy it on Amazon. You can check it out as an ebook, and you can also buy it as a physical copy. So it's there. It has all the stories and all the equipment and how it's done. But I should warn you that it's due for a second edition because, as you all know, computers get updated. In these days, it's less than 5 years. The new updates or the hardware or technology actually. So it's developing very fast, and so if you write a book, a self-help book or a DIY book that is based on technology, then you have to constantly do edits and provide new information, new trends on that side of recording. So that book is due, but it's there. You can have a look at it and buy it to read and see how I do my recording, or what is necessary for a recording studio, a home recording studio, something that I use. I record from home, and I have challenges recording from home because I have neighbors and I have to be very quiet. So these headphones, they help a lot because and the use of a keyboard helps a lot, because if I had drums I wouldn't be able to play any music. If I had a guitar I wouldn't be able to play it because it would be loud. So a keyboard can be played without anyone hearing anything around you. Even people you live with, they can't hear a thing. It's you and the music. And so that's the blessing of using a keyboard in the environment that I have to work with, an environment that has limitations. And so you have to have the right equipment for whatever you want to do. If you have space, you have land. I've written a post about that, about the cost of recording. I think I wrote it, I posted it 3 days ago or so on Instagram. Recording needs space. It needs it's costly actually. It needs space. It needs people. It needs all these things we pay for. You have to pay for people because you have to take their time in order to do a recording with them. You have to have, and if you have a huge land, that means that then you are capable of making loud noises without disturbing your neighbors. But in a space that is small like us, with neighbors that are close by, you can't really be able to do that. You have to be, even when you are singing, you have to whisper so that no one can hear you singing. Even when we are doing a playback, you want to listen to what you've recorded, we have to lower your volume. Sometimes I'd use a car, if I really want to raise the volume, and then be able to tell as to whether the recording is okay or not. As I have said earlier, I've recorded 2 songs and I'm busy with the third one. Let me just play it for you so that you can hear as to how it sounds. I'm playing it with a metronome, so check it out. Okay, that's the song. I don't have the title for it as yet, but we'll see later as the album develops as to what I want to call it. Sometimes I'll try and see what is happening, the context, current context, social context, and title my albums based on that. Sometimes it's a personal theme that I use to title my albums. So sometimes it's the sound itself. There was an album that I titled Lo-Fi Love. It was an album about using lo-fi sounds. So it was about the sound itself. I used to listen to these lo-fi sounds and I loved them, and then I decided that I was going to record a lo-fi album. So that's what I titled it. So there are many ways of titling them, so based on whatever comes up. So that was the song. So now I'm going to show you how I do the actual recordings. So currently I'm using this keyboard. It's a MIDI controller, a tiny MIDI controller that you can put inside your backpack. You can carry it and record even on the plane or bus or car or wherever you're going. You can be able to use that keyboard. So at the back of it, let me just show you the keyboard again.